What kind of Rumble news show would we be if we didn't talk about the Hunter Biden whistleblower story? Someone from the IRS has come forward. Let me know if you're following this stuff. If you're watching us on Rumble, press the red button and join us on Locals. That's where all the questions are. You're going to love it. A whistleblower has come forward to say that anybody else would be who had done what Hunter Biden's done, and I say this with compassion to a fellow drug addict, anyone else would be in prison. That's what he said, isn't it?
Yep. He's also saying that basically this investigation, where they were prevented from taking investigative measures that could have led to Joe Biden. So it's not just now about, this whistleblowers is not making these claims just about Hunter Biden anymore. It's about preventing access to the President of the United States.
They prevented the investigation from going further, lest it should lead all the way to Joe Biden. Now, that's an allegation. That's not true, but that is the testimony of this whistleblower. Who do you believe? I'm asking you this question directly. I'm looking into your eyes and I'm asking you, who do you believe? This whistleblower from the IRS who's saying that anybody else who had done this would be in jail? Or do you believe your own president, Joe Biden? Let's have a look at the whistleblower.
If this was any other person, they likely would have already served their sentence. There were personal expenses that were taken as business expenses. Prostitutes, sex club memberships, hotel rooms for purported drug dealers.
How much did Hunter Biden know?
Way, that's quite compassionate to provide a hotel room for a drug dealer, because, you know, there's bring your daughter to work day, there's provide your drug dealer with a hotel room day. What you cannot question is Hunter Biden's hospitality. Yeah, I'll take 2 of each. Would you like a junior suite at the Holiday Inn? I mean, these are just things that are, of course, being alleged. And again, I continually reiterate this out of kind of solidarity for those of you that know people with addiction issues. But I suppose out of the interest of egalitarianism, you have to ask, like, you know, I'm an addict and there's been consequences to my addiction. How's this dude getting away with this stuff? I mean, like the text messages to the Chinese business partner, then it's not absolutely definitely known. The veracity of these text messages, as I know, is still a matter of question and inquiry. But it seems that in a single text message, the figure of Joe Biden is mentioned 3 times. My father's right here. I don't know how my father's going to feel about this deal. And according to this IRS whistleblower, this inquiry, if properly undertaken, would have led all the way to the White House. Let me know in the chat how you feel about this. While Donald Trump's being indicted, we're going to be looking at that in more detail later in the show. No, we're not. We're going to be looking at that tomorrow. We're going to look. We've got some great stuff on that story for you tomorrow. While Donald Trump's being indicted for the old rifling through the censorship shoebox there. Oh, look at this one. That's secret. I definitely should be showing you this one. What's worse? Tell me now. Who do you think's worse? Can we have a poll on this? Is it possible to have a poll? What's worse? Is it being tangentially connected and shutting down an inquiry, or is it rifling through the shoebox? Can we get a poll? Is it possible to have a poll? You know, I love a poll.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look at the rest of this whistleblower.
Taxes.
So from 2014 to 2019, it was $2.2 million. I documented exactly what happened, and it doesn't seem to match what the Attorney General or the U.S. Attorney are saying today. It was just shocking to me. There were certain investigative steps that we weren't allowed to take that could have led us to President Biden.
And you wanted to take them.
We needed to take them.
And you weren't allowed to take them.
That's correct.
That's impeding an investigation. Wow. You have to put that alongside the previous allegation that the CIA were evoked in order to shut down the laptop story. The chat is lighting up and you are not going to want to miss it. Some people, Ian Drummo, saying, well, what if in the text message he was lying about Joe Biden being in the room? But was he lying about his dad being in the room? Primal Colin, what does tangential mean? Tangential means off at an angle. Hunter Biden Burisma cash moved through. Oh, Hunter Biden moved Burisma cash through China. Second IRS
also, I think to that comment, the point to that comment there is that they do know through internet records that he was at Joe Biden's house when he sent that message.
So it's likely, I mean, if you're in his house, it's not unthinkable that he would be in the room. Although Joe Biden, he does sometimes, and here's the word tangent again, he does sometimes wander off at a tangent.
Yes,
Joe Biden, he might have been in his house one minute, gone out to, I don't know, mow the lawn, water some plants, carried on walking. You might find
in Delaware or something.
He's in Delaware, wrapped up in a blanket, like giving a speech about corn pop somewhere at the side of a freeway, shouting at passing cars, "Corn pop! Let me sniff you on the scalp!" Allegedly. So what's this about a second whistleblower saying that they moved cash through China? Is that washing it? Is that giving it a little wash?
This is like allegedly that he's used basically China to deal with the tax issue. It's a kind of tax evasion issue that he evaded paying a portion of his taxes by moving his earnings from Burisma to a Chinese firm and then getting the money back through a loan. And this is what one of the IRS whistleblowers has testified.
Yeah,
so again, kind of murky, underhand, potentially legal, although,
Do you know what I think? Like, whoever's running the IRS, put them in charge of the CIA and the FBI. They're always the ones, if you notice this, their investigations are always better. I mean, it's almost hackneyed to observe that Al Capone was eventually, and not that I'm saying that the Bidens are a crime family. I am not saying that the Bidens are a crime family, but Capone was brought down because of tax matters. I say, put the head of the IRS in charge of the FBI. Is that a crazy dream? Is it just a kid with a pipe dream? What's this? The Bidens are the best. House Oversight releases stunning text Hunter Biden apparently sent to Chinese executive. What's this one? What is this one? We've got so many stories. Are you able to keep up with this? Press the red button and join us on Locals. Join the chat. Join the chat. What's this?
Yes.
2 whistleblowers. People are talking about the number of whistleblowers.
Exactly. So this is the second whistleblower. So apparently, allegedly texted a Chinese business executive bragging about his ability to serve his client. And this is in the text. The Bidens are the best I know, which being one of them, I would imagine.
He's moving in a small circle, though, the lad, and he only knows the Clintons and the Bidens. We're better than the Clintons. I mean, have you seen where that guy goes on holiday? Every year. I've not seen him pay a penny for Bill Clinton. When does he ever pay for an airfare? He's always on the same plane, always free, always sitting up the front, always turns left on his way in, always first class, never coach for a bill. Get that saxophone out, baby. Keep them lips a-pumping. Go on, here's with a fact.
So this was,
I can do sax during
This is the text message. The Bidens are the best I know at doing exactly what the chairman wants from this partnership, Hunter Biden texted, according to the House Oversight Committee. The following day, one of Biden's shell companies was paid $100,000 from CEFC, the committee discovered. So this is essentially, again, kind of more bragging and more communication between Hunter Biden and previously it's been Burisma, now it's these Chinese firms that he's been involved in. And the whole thing is basically, should he have been able to use the influence of his father, whether or not this bribery thing is something that they were paid $5 million each to stop her.
That's what an FBI informant claims, isn't it? $5 million.
Whether or not
each.
that's true or not,
Allegedly.
the situation that they were being in, they were obviously making a lot of money that then he wasn't paying taxes on, is a serious issue.
Stay free with Russell Brand. See it first on Rumble.